I'm Johnny Price in Greenville, South Carolina, and this is another of our Talking Head film analyses, where we are not so much concerned with how good a movie might be, as we are with the ideas that come out of the movie. Well, as far as I can tell, it looks like we already have two Oscar contenders, both of which star Brad Pitt. The first, The Tree of Life, and now Moneyball, directed by Bennett Miller and co-starring Jonah Hill and Philip Seymour Hoffman. Now, if you are a Major League Baseball fan, then you very likely already know the story of Billy Beane, played by Brad Pitt, the general manager of the Oakland A's, who in 2002, with virtually no budget to work with, successfully put together a baseball club that went on to win 20 consecutive games, breaking the American League record. Now, he did this, simply put, by employing computer-generated analyses, which then became the basis from which he selected the players he drafted. If, on the other hand, you're a nothing sports fan, like I am, and you simply don't care, do not let that stop you from seeing this film. Because the movie really isn't about baseball. It's about Billy Beane, a man who, admittedly out of desperation, dared to pursue the unconventional, the controversial, and the unorthodox, and made it work. The portrayal of this slice out of the career of Billy Beane causes three essential principles to surface. One of them is living life in order to establish a name for yourself simply isn't enough. It's only the life lived outside of oneself in order to make a contribution, in order to make a difference, that is a life well lived. Trophies became secondary to Billy Beane once he realized that if he could make this strategy work, he would change the game of baseball forever, and for the better. A second principle has to do with leadership. You can impress someone from a distance, but you can only have an impact on that person's life up close. For the longest time, Billy Beane wouldn't get close to his players because it made it hurt more when he had to fire them. But when he comes up against resistance from manager Art Howe as to how to play the players to their strength, Beane finds himself working one-on-one with the entire team and then taking them into that 20-game winning streak. And then finally, a third principle. Never do anything strictly for money. As a high school graduate, and Billy Beane had excelled not only in baseball but also basketball and football, he was given the choice of either accepting a full scholarship to Stanford or going pro. For a substantial amount of money, he went pro. And his career went south. And he expresses his regret at having made that decision based only upon the money. Consequently, Billy Beane turned down an offer from the Red Sox, which would have made him the highest paid general manager in the game. In an ancient Greek manuscript, you can read these words: "We brought nothing into this world, and we can take nothing out of it. People who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into ruin and destruction. Some people, eager for money, have pierced themselves with many griefs." I'm Johnny Price, and this has been another of our Talking Head Film Analyses.